official just checking there on the foot of Elise van der Elst. But they do go. And Watson, one of the two tall Americans there, perhaps the slowest away, along with Sige of Kenya. And it is Herpato coming across the track from the outside. Herpato has run 2:04.58, but significantly she won the Asian Senior Indoor title, running 2:04.59. So on the basis of that, you would have thought there's real scope for improvement here from the athlete at the front of this field, Herpato. We've yet to see the best of her on a full 400-metre oval. But at the moment, Tim, this pace, with the athletes running 3, maybe even 4 wide, is very modest indeed.
It is on the slow side, isn't it? Herpato, they're being allowed to control it there at the front, and even though she's leaving daylight on the inside, Miller is reluctant to take the lead. Taczynski on the outside, I think, might do well to get herself a better position here after a slow first lap like this, because the second lap, 63.5 at 400 metres, is going to be very on point, Martin. And when you're reducing it to a 300-metre sprint or a 200-metre sprint, you've got to be well positioned. A metre over that sort of distance is more like 4 metres over the full distance.
Well, a little bit of naivety there from Herpato has allowed Miller, who's perhaps the greatest threat to her, just to come through on the inside. And now Katema, who ran strongly in both the heat and the semi-final, hits the front. And here goes the Kenyan. Sige hits the front, makes the first serious break. And Watson, the other American who's been watching her from the back. Look at Taczynski working very hard down the outside. And here comes Miller again. And now Sige starts to run out of legs there on the inside, and now it's Watson making the best of her way home. And look at Miller, who's run a very strange race indeed, coming wide and coming fast. But it is going to be Watson who's run the best race of all, who in the end is going to win this in fine style. America 1, America 2. It is Katema of Ethiopia who comes through for third. And in the end, the challenge from Herpato, the athlete from Bahrain, well, it didn't really materialise. And there are 1 or 2 women there who will look at the way they ran this race and think, I could have done it so much better, because in the end, Samantha Watson played the waiting and the watching game, and when she struck, it was decisive.
And she struck at just the right time, to a real contrast. I'm reluctant to criticise athletes who get medals, especially youngsters, but Miller, she was in lane 3 with 130 metres to go. She was all over the place. There she is on the inside, refused to take the lead when she had the chance for that third 200-metre segment. Has to come so wide, look at her there, out in lane 3 with about 130 to go, and that is just too many metres. And she finishes, what, 3 metres shy of her teammate Watson, who, to be fair, is striding well clear of the rest of them here. Leaves Sige and Ketema way in her wake. But I think Miller could have been a lot closer to her teammate Martin if she'd run a smarter race. That was from very deep running, I'm afraid, even though she was smiling afterwards with that medal. Great run for the Americans, first and second, but Miller all over the place.
When you choose to go to the front, as she did with 400 metres to go, holding the curve, you have to respond when athletes come past you on the outside. You have no choice. Watson took a different route. She was at the back watching the others. She knew she had to come wide, but when she came wide, she made it happen very quickly. And the very fact that Miller found herself, what, with 220 metres to go on the curve in front, then in about 3rd or 4th place, having to come wide in lane 3 round the bend, goes to show that really she lost any chance of winning when that kick came from the likes of Watson. 2:04.52. The time, nothing really to talk of, but the manner of Samantha Watson's victory, tactically flawless. Aaliyah Miller in 2nd place, the silver for her. Well, she may well rue what might have been. Katema came through for bronze.